Welcome back, Packers fans. Jake and Tyler from Let's Go Fanatics. We have a bunch of plays to break down. Now, with the short turnaround, we didn't have time to get to the 49ers play breakdowns before the Dolphins game. So here we are after the Dolphins game. So we have both games worth of recaps of plays that we're going to be breaking down in here. Now, I did bundle a lot of these together. So we're going to have chunks of plays, but it's going to be all on the same topic or subject as far as these play breakdowns are concerned. So some of the 49ers and Dolphins things are mixed in together. But again, these games took place 4 days apart from each other. So we are going to start with Josh Jacobs. So this is Josh Jacobs' first carry against the 49ers. Now pay close attention to this because it's going to be on the test later. First of all, the amount of misdirection on this play has to just be a nightmare to try to keep up with. And second, Tucker Kraft is an absolute monster. Watch Tucker Kraft starting on the outside of the formation. Watch the block that he throws.
Oof.
And Josh Jacobs is an animal to have a spin move like that and to not lose any steps.
Yeah, I agree. So this is what I heard is called the orbital motion because you circle like an orbit.
Yeah,
it makes sense to me.
Three people make a circle.
Yeah, just having the quarterback do that, honestly, it's got to be confusing for the defense. Like, is he going left? Is he going right? What is he doing? Is he staying in the pocket? You get Jaden Reed, and then just good blocking from the O-line, honestly.
For sure. Definitely going to be a theme in a lot of these.
Oh, yeah.
So, great blocking. This is a 2nd and 8 play. I love that they put Chris Brooks and Josh Jacobs in on the same play because it just gives you another good blocker to have running out in front of your running back. Now, Chris Brooks is going to throw a great block on this play. But just using that, giving Chris Brooks as your lead blocker, another guy you need to pay attention to, number 13.
Yep.
We made a post this week about the Packers' top 3 run blockers by grade per PFF being wide receivers. This is why, even if you don't like the fact that Dontavian Wicks is dropping balls, this is going to earn him playing time no matter what, whether he's getting targets or not.
Yep.
What a block. Not going to be the only time we see Dontavian Wicks blocking in these plays.
Yeah, just really good timing by the Packers, by Jordan Love. Sends him in motion, does and having that motion before the orbital motion and then doing, just turning around with him in motion gives him a step for one of momentum. And then you get the great blocks. I mean, look at how perfect this is. Tucker Kraft seals it right there. You got Brooks in front of him, and then Wicks is going to seal that top guy off. I mean, he doesn't get touched till he's 10 yards on the field.
That's the 3rd play of the game. Okay, here we go. I said it was going to be here again. Same exact play. Josh Jacobs hits another spin move. It's the same play. Literally the same play.
It is.
And it still gets 8 yards on 2nd and 10.
Great blocking
on that play. And shout out to Rasheed Walker, too.
Yeah. I was going to say the left side of the line absolutely washed out the front right there. Look at this. That's one-on-one domination. Josh Jacobs is a monster, makes 2 people miss, forces 2 missed tackles right there. And then I think the national view of Josh Jacobs on the Packers is about to get a lot of noteworthy play because, this was a 325 game. They played Thursday night against the Dolphins. They play another Thursday night game. They play a couple primetime games in a row. So everybody's going to get to see Josh Jacobs as he's, getting his footing.
So just going to play this one more time. Watch Tucker Kraft again demolish a defensive end. Love to see it. Fred Warner's pissed. This is, okay, if you ever hear the phrase on a broadcast saying get skinny, this is a great example of Josh Jacobs doing that. This is a tiny hole, and yes, he knows that he's got 2 guys wearing yellow pants that are making this hole for him, but for him to jump cut through that hole and stay on his feet is elite running back play. But just for Josh Jacobs to be able to jump into this hole and maintain his balance, to me, is so impressive.
Yeah, so this is also what pressing a hole looks like. So this is his own blocking scheme. So he has two options here. Jacobs can go to the left or go to the right. So he sees the hole in the left developing. He presses that, makes it look like he's going to run through there, which gets all the flow going there. He jump cuts to the outside, which gets him an extra 5-6 yards at this point. So for him to have the feet like that at that size, and no, he's not tall, but he is a put together person. He is 5'9", I believe, 225, 223 ish. So I mean, you know, we've heard the term muscle hamster when Doug Martin was in the league. I mean, muscle hamster would also fit for Josh Jacobs because of how much weight he's putting on a tiny frame. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Other part is, shout out Christian Watson, another wide receiver throwing a great block.
He's a stud, dude.
And then this play, this is the very next play after that 8-yard gain on first down. We go to second down, and it's more Josh Jacobs.
That's and we've been on the other side of this in this rivalry with the 49ers. So it was really nice to see the Packers, you know, dominate the line of scrimmage and be able to run the ball like they did.
This I just included in here because Jordan Love is trying to get everybody to hurry up. They didn't make any substitutions. And look at the hole. Like there's already like 2 Packers that are inside of the first 2 49ers. And then the other 49er that's in that hole is Devondre Campbell, who looked lost for a large part of the game on Sunday.
He did nothing on that play except get blocked by Zach Tom. He did nothing else.
Yeah.
He completely misread this play. Yunk did nothing.
Some more nasty jump cuts, 2 more missed tackles forced, and Josh Jacobs is an animal.
Yes, he is.
Then, so this play has already been on highlights everywhere since Thursday. But we're going to talk about it because Josh Jacobs is an absolute animal for this. And I want to give some credit to Jordan Love on this play as well, because you can tell that Jaden Reed is going to be open coming across the G right now. And that's kind of where he wants to go with it. You can see him looking downfield. You can see him planting on his back foot. That's where he wants to go. But he doesn't quite have enough time and space to step up into that throw.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of throwing like a noodle arm throw that may or may not get to Jaden Reed, he checks it down to Josh Jacobs, which is a smart play. And Josh Jacobs makes him look really good for it and tacks on another 40 yards to what would have been like a 9-yard gain.
This is just another case for me. And as I watched this play, I think everybody in my section said, whoop, like 3 times after he made this move. But, oh, my goodness.
I said, oh, my God, through my hands like 6 times.
I can't believe that he did that. When I saw the replay of it, it made it even better because I didn't get to see Jordan Love's face, obviously, being at the game. But you see Jordan Love go, and it's just like, yep, we all felt that, Jordan.
This is nasty work, just seeing how far the dude jumps.
I do want to give you credit, though. Very nice job calling out Jordan Love's progression on this play. Jordan Love really set that play up, and Josh Jacobs just being a playmaker, honestly, at the end of the day. We talk about him being a power runner. We've been giving him more credit for his ability to make people miss, you know, with his spins and his stiff arms. But his ability to make a move in space like this is just another reason why signing him in the offseason was a great move.
Yeah, love that. All right, so the next bundle of plays is something I just want to give Jordan Love credit for because they are harder throws than they look, and they are harder throws than they show up in the stat sheet for. And it's Jordan Love throwing the ball on the flat. So this is a 3rd and 4 against the 49ers. This is last Sunday. And this is from the far hash mark to Jaden Reed for a first down. This is a long throw.
Yes, it is.
This is like a 9-yard gain or a 10-yard gain. That's a long-ass throw. Like you have to think of the field horizontally in distance as well. And this isn't going to be the only play that we have of this specifically involving Jaden Reed. But that is a long throw to go from the far hash mark to the far sideline.
If you think about it, you said, 10 yards up the field? And the field, you know, horizontally is 53 1/3, I believe. So he's over halfway across the field. So that's it. Got to be a 30-yard throw right there.
That's exactly what I have written down on this play. Isn't 30, but because this is only about a 6-yard gain, this is about a 28-yard throw is what I have written down in my notes. You figure from the far hash mark to go from about the 14-yard line to about the end zone, not quite exactly on the sideline, but again, you're talking from the far hash mark to about, call it 3 yards away from the pylon. That's like a 30-yard throw for a 4-yard touchdown.
It had some zip on it.
He throws lasers, bro. And this is another example too. The broadcast is like, oh wow, the DB almost jumped that route. I don't think so. I think this is Jordan Love knowing exactly where he's going with the football, exactly when he's going there, and the DB being about a second late. I don't think the DB was ready to jump this play. I think Jordan Love had this timed out.
Yeah, that's the thing for me is crazy timing for Jordan Love. Good timing by Dontavian Wicks. Good catch by Dontavian Wicks. Guy was having a tough year catching the ball. To make that catch in the cold, contested, get a big-time first down, that was a big boy play by D. Wicks there. Hopefully he can build on stuff like that.
Yeah, again, these are tougher throws than they look, tougher throws than they are given credit for on the stat sheet, and we just wanted to give Jordan Love some credit for making them. All right, the next play that I have is the Tucker Kraft touchdown against the 49ers. This comes on a 2nd and 7 in the red zone, and this is just a nice play progression by the Packers, and honestly a nice play design to have Tucker Kraft fake a block and then put a lineman out in front of him and essentially kind of make it like a tight end screen type play. And then Jordan Love just puts some nice zip on this ball just to get it right into his hands and give him a chance to get to the end zone.
Off the sidearm, bro. Off the sidearm. Oh, that is so filthy. That is so filthy. And then trucks his own lineman. Tucker Kraft, that guy does not go down for better or worse for the team. He just doesn't go down on first contact. He rarely goes down on second contact. You need at least 2 people to tackle him to bring him down.
Yeah.
At least 2.
Yeah. Zach Tom makes a great block here, and shout out to Josh Myers for getting out in front of this and getting up to the last level. Yeah,
man. People were laughing at Josh Myers, but he did a great job getting up to Jair Brown right here, 27 for the 49ers, and just getting his hands on him, just barely getting his hands on him, getting him out of the way, and then obviously Myers ended up in the way, but Kraft took care of that.
Teamwork makes the dream work. All right, something that we've all been waiting for is 2 really good games in a row of Quay Walker putting a lot of really good stuff on tape. So we're going to go through a bunch of Quay Walker things that he did against San Francisco and Miami, and starting with this strip sack between him and Rashawn Gary, just the motor that they both show on this play. For Quay Walker to be on the ground and get back into this, and for Rashawn Gary to poke the ball out, just a combination of the 2 of them doing really great things on this play.
So I'm going to tell you the thing that I noticed from this play is we have seen Quay Walker blitz up the A-gap a lot.
Uh-huh.
What we haven't seen is the D lineman shift to the left, simulating that they're all going to the left. And then who was that nose guard? Was that Kenny or was that Wyatt? I believe that's
Wyatt. Kenny's on the left.
Yeah, it's Wyatt.
So it's Wyatt up the middle and Kenny on the left.
So Wyatt was lined up on the center and ends up going towards the right guard. Or the left guard, I'm sorry.
Yep.
The left guard. And Quay Walker just uses his speed, pushes into the right guard, and then there's just Kenny Clark right there to get blocked. But it just absolute mayhem and havoc, forcing the O-line to have to communicate. And obviously the Packers front 5 won this one. Although I should say front 4 because they dropped Enikbari on cover.
Yep. And look how far Rashawn Gary comes around the edge to slap an arm on the ball and knock that ball out. And then for Quay to have the motor to be down and jump back up and be the one to make the sack.
Yeah.
That's great stuff by both of them, honestly.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, we teased this a little bit when we talked about it in our recap last Tuesday evening when we were recapping the 49ers game and previewing the Dolphins game.
Mm-hmm.
We agreed on this. You and I both agreed on this, that Quay Walker played this play correctly. So we want to make sure that people aren't just using their dislike of Quay Walker to try to use this play to blame something on Quay Walker to avoid giving him the just credit that he deserves for the way he's played in these 2 games. Because Quay, I believe, passes George Kittle off correctly on this play. So Quay Walker knows they're playing zone defense, and at this point, Quay Walker is believing that he is handing off George Kittle to the safety, Evan Williams, and is going to come down to cover Christian McCaffrey, who is coming out of the backfield right now. You brought this up, and I strongly agree with you that that's what he should have done. And in my opinion, Evan Williams just went too far to his left.
Yep.
And that's where they get the one touchdown that they scored in this game. Out of all 10 points that they scored, these are 6 of them.
I mean, you're talking about a linebacker first year in this system, third year overall, and a rookie safety trying to communicate. These are things that are going to get fixed just with playing time.
Yep.
Nothing else. So they probably went back, they talked about it, and they figured it out. I will say Brandon Allen did a nice job playing with Evan Williams right here, looking to his right, kind of forcing him over there. He kind of knew what was going to happen, works all the way back to the middle, and just fires a strike. I mean, good pass by him, but honestly, could have been a little bit better by Williams, but again, he's going to learn just by playing some snaps.
Yep. All right. Going back to Quay Walker, this is him in the run game, which is something that I'm really glad to see him evolving in. Yeah. He knows what direction this play is going. That's elite linebacker play on this play specifically.
Yep.
He knows this play is going in this direction, and he beats a lineman and tackles Christian McCaffrey.
Dude, the knock on Walker was that he didn't get off blocks. So we always knew that he was an athlete. He can run with anybody. He was sideline to sideline. Now you add in him using his right arm, saying, get the hell off me, pressing the hole, making McCaffrey have to jump outside. And then the rest of the defense did a fantastic job here too, just stringing this run along just so Clay could clean it up. He gets up and he gets to talk some shit, and he deserves to on this play.
Great stuff. All right. So this play ends up as a throwaway, but this is I mentioned before when we were talking about Josh Jacobs, the phrase get skinny, and you did a good job when you brought up Kenny Clark kind of faking like they're going to block this in one direction. For Quay Walker, this is awesome. I love this so much. For Quay Walker to run at the guard and then just dip in between the guard and the center. I love this so much.
So, I mean, something could be said for Kenny, too. Just running the system as it's supposed to. He gets taken out because the guy who's trying to guard Quay absolutely whiffs and takes out Kenny. So people are going to look at Kenny's numbers and be like, oh, my God, why isn't he doing better? But he's playing the system, and he did a perfect job there. He took out 2 people.
So what I hear you saying is there's more to pass rush than sacks.
Oh, 100% there is.
Something that we've been saying since week 1.
Oh, yeah.
But love to see this. This is just awesome stuff from Quay Walker. And like you said, good call on Kenny Clark just taking one for the team to help spring Quay Walker. All right, going into the Dolphins game, more Quay Walker. This is awesome. First of all, this is good defense by everybody, and then just more motor by Quay Walker.
Yeah.
And TJ Slayton got held on this play.
I like that they kind of used him on a delay blitz. Like he went for Achane. Achane really didn't do anything except stand there.
Dog, he might as well have been holding up a red sheet.
Yeah, he might. Yeah, exactly. Like underlay, because you with your little tiny shoulder, bro, ain't doing nothing. I'm sorry. You weigh 180 pounds soaking wet. You ain't stopping an NFL linebacker with that.
No,
that is piss poor effort by Achane, in my opinion.
And that's what separates guys like Chris Brooks and Emmanuel Wilson, especially Chris Brooks, in my opinion, because he's been great at pass blocking. But Achane wanted no part of Quay Walker.
No. I don't want to get into my breakdown yet, damn it. I have some thoughts.
All right. Last play that I have on Quay Walker is a pass breakup on the 2-point conversion. This kept this game against the Dolphins as a 3-score game at this point, but just really good play recognition. Just a good job to be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, again, Quay in zone coverage did a nice job passing off Jonnu Smith and then, going right over to the running back. So same kind of concept, different plays, obviously. Jonnu running a little drag route there, but he did a really nice job kind of passing him off. Jonnu stops, and then it forces Quay to go over there, and he did a really nice job.
Love that. McDuffie was kind of beating himself up for not catching it, but it's a 2-point conversion, dude. Like, not returning it. You're not returning it for 2 points the other direction. It's all good. It's all good. Ball hit the ground. It's incomplete. No 2 points.
They didn't get the 2 points. That's all that matters.
Exactly. All right. Unfortunately, Romeo Doubs had a really good game against San Francisco, was having a really good game, and then he got concussed. Unfortunately, had to miss the Miami game. But I want to go through three third down conversions between Jordan Love and Romeo Doubs, these all happen on the same drive. All of these happen on the same drive. So this is a 3rd and 11 that they gained 25 yards on. And, dude, when you see the other angle of this play, we were just talking about it before we started recording these, that you feel that Jordan Love is this close to, like, breaking out to beyond, like, a good quarterback and really entering, like, the elite category.
Mm-hmm.
This throw right here absolutely justifies that thought. For him to laser this ball to Romeo Doubs perfectly in stride is massive sign of progress.
Yep.
Oh.
The confidence is rising with every game. His completion percentage numbers are really nice. He did put some balls kind of in some shaky areas during the 49ers game, but he did a really nice job versus the Dolphins not doing that. So really excited to see where Jordan Love is going to take this offense. But you could tell the confidence is kind of bleeding through everybody else. He is just throwing darts right now.
This is what I've said at times is like the most unstoppable play in the Packers playbook, running a slant to Romeo Doubs, because it's perfect every time.
He kind of has that Donald Driver feel for the slants, where that's kind of where Donald Driver's bread and butter was in the slot. He would pick up big time first downs for us on third downs, and that's where Romeo is too. Romeo goes in motion on this play and is the guy. So he does a really nice job.
One more slant. 3rd and 10, another 15 yards.
Got out the cookie cutter for that one.
These are all on one drive. 3
3rd
down conversions from Love to Doubs, all on the same drive.
Jesus. Hopefully we have him versus the Lions.
He's still in the concussion protocols, but he is. All right, this next play, we are not going to slander Christian Watson at all for this play. I will hear no Christian Watson slander. I don't want to hear shit about consistency. This is literally the only drop that Christian Watson has had all season. So I don't want to hear shit about Butterfingers or stone hands or inconsistent. I don't want to hear any of that shit. This is the only drop that Christian Watson has had the entire season to this point. This play we are bringing up is simply to show that Jordan Love threw an absolute dot on a deep ball. That is why we have this play clipped.
Good pocket. He steps up. Oh,
dude, that's a dime.
So we can, from his own 42, that was a nice throw. We can talk bad about Christian Watson, but first of all, he ran a good route and he got open, and then he did a really nice job stacking the DB behind him to give Jordan Love a window to throw to. So you can take positives away from a play that didn't end up positive, but he did almost everything right on this play.
This is like a 48-yard throw, too.
Yeah, it was
That's why I put the numbers on here. For Love to be at his own 42-ish to the 10, that's a 48-yard throw.
Yikes.
On the money, right to the hands. This play will be a touchdown at another point this season, guaranteed.
Oh yeah, 100%.
This next play goes to show exactly why Xavier McKinney is the current front runner at free safety for Pro Bowl voting, and this is Xavier McKinney making a big play against Christian McCaffrey on a 4th down. So Christian McCaffrey lined up as a wide receiver on this play. Brandon Allen kind of telegraphed this throw, in my opinion. Like, if I'm watching on my couch and I can tell that this is where the ball is going, like, I guarantee you Xavier McKinney knows that this is where the ball is going. But
they literally ran this play earlier in the game. They just had CMC on the right side. And then they were like, you know what? We're going to try it again. We're going to put him on the left. That'll really fool them.
The next group of plays that I have clipped might as well just me saying, I told you so. But my X factor is Lucas Van Ness. Now, I feel like he's this close to being able to break out. So, starting with the 49ers game, where he was my X factor. Lucas Van Ness doesn't just beat Christian McCaffrey on this play, which I saw some people trying to claim.
Mm-hmm.
He beats the center and Christian McCaffrey. Or sorry, the right guard and Christian McCaffrey. He beats 2 people on this play.
I mean, he did dominate McCaffrey. Get out of here.
After bending around the guard, then shoves McCaffrey out of the way, showing off the speed and the strength in one play. Oh, man. Lucas Van Ness made me feel so smart the last 2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks so good. So, white sleeves.
That's what to tell people. That's Terrion Arnold. That's one of the premier left tackles in the NFL that he just did that against.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That's first round pick right there.
He's coming. And Gary's been a lot better lately too. So
mm-hmm. And he did it again. He goes a long way for this one. Again, like you just said, against Terrion Arnold.
Yeah.
I love this angle of this. Dude, that is elite get off. That, for him to get off of this block, there's no way that you're thinking right now where Lucas Van Ness is that he's getting a sack.
I would think that Tua is going to take off, honestly.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Freeze frame?
Like right here, I'm telling you the guy that's almost horizontal to the ground is going to end this play in a sack. And guess who else is right there?
Yeah, 52. He is close to a breakout as well, I think.
Would love a 3-sack game against the Lions.
Oh, please.
All right, so going to another player who's been much maligned this season, Keyshawn Nixon has been playing pretty well the last couple of weeks as well. This is so much ground for Keyshawn Nixon to cover, and this is just his return man speed showing off on the defensive side of the ball. He covers a lot of distance to get to this fumble.
A great angle by him, honestly.
Absolutely. He went a long way. That is great hustle.
Oh, yeah.
And just more great work. I think this is the drive that ends up being the turnover on downs. Again, watch how much distance he covers to get to this play. He's way over here. Yellow sleeves on the A.
That was nice.
This pass breakup's going to happen outside the hash marks on the other side. And something that I've brought up with Keyshawn Nixon for about 2 years now is him recognizing screens. So at the top of the screen, there's Keyshawn Nixon again. Dolphins running a screen. Watch how fast he closes on that. That makes a great tackle. This ends up being like a 3-yard gain.
Nicely done.
Great work by Keyshawn Nixon. I'm loving that he's playing well lately as well. Just more of these guys playing at their best level is going to help the Packers go farther as the season goes on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, these are all fun, titled plays, and this is just more Jordan Love. So this is Jordan Love and Dontavian Wicks, and this is Dontavian Wicks' route running being on full display, in my opinion.
Oh.
He creates an insane amount of separation.
Man, break me off a part of that Kit Kat bar, because Jesus Christ, dude.
Just Love hits him in stride.
I like how there's 4 49ers equally 10 yards apart in every direction. That's beautiful.
This is later on in the 49ers game. Ends up being the score that gets the Packers up 38-10. Just like our wide receiver 6 running a fade for him. Talk about the depth in the Packers wide receiver room.
They did a couple things on that play, man. If you go back a little bit here. So they've been doing this motion with Watson, and now they've been doing it with Wicks, where they bring him in and they set him behind the tight ends, and it's just a power run. So they did that motion, and then they throw a fade. I mean, what are you going to do with that, man? If Jordan Love throws a perfect ball, you're screwed. So
the other part of this is I trust this play to any of the Packers wide receivers.
Yep.
Dobbs, Reed, Watson, Wicks, Heath, Melton. I trust this play to any one of them.
I would love it if they ran it to Kraft, honestly.
Dude, and when Musgrave's back, run it to him too. Dog,
Yeah.
There's almost nobody on this roster that I don't trust in that situation.
Agreed.
This is elite ball placement mixed in with seeing Christian Watson continue running. We've had some plays earlier in the season where it just felt like maybe Christian Watson stopped running on a ball too early and ended up being just a long incompletion. He kept going on this one, and this is elite. This, in my opinion, was great late separation by Christian Watson to break away from the DB.
Yeah, that was nice. I love the first down celebration. It gets me.
Dude, they're all doing it together, too. I love it.
Brother.
The next bundle of plays we got is more of Matt LaFleur absolutely cooking with his play calls. So this is a 3rd and 4. And honestly, like, this is great play design. But even outside of Matt LaFleur, massive credit to A, the wide receivers, and B, to Sean Ryan. Sean Ryan, the right guard, is going to wide open a hole for Emmanuel Wilson to run through. Watch what he does to 93 and 11.
Yeah, that's Calais Campbell, by the way.
Yeah. Sean Ryan cleared a lane. So the title on here says this is a great end around on man coverage. So you can tell this is man coverage because Jalen Ramsey follows Jaden Reed everywhere on this play. Follows him across the formation, follows him as he's going to get the handoff. That's a great call against man coverage because what it does is it gets 2 lead blockers who are also playing man coverage. And now you just have to trust that Jaden Reed is going to outrun a defensive end. Ooh. The guy that's guarding Jaden Reed doesn't touch him until about 15 yards down the field.
Yep, that was absolutely a perfect play call. I don't have anything to add. Just perfection. Everybody blocked. Jalen Ramsey literally points at Jaden Reed right here. And Jordan Love's like, oh, okay, cool.
And we're going to give it to him anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Look who's out there. Tucker Kraft and Dontavian Wicks. Fantastic blocking, dude. Hell yeah, Dontavian Wicks.
Freaking poor effort by Ramsey on that tackle attempt, too.
Absolutely. I agree with you as well. Pre-halftime sequence here. So the Packers have 22 seconds to go about 40 yards with 3 timeouts. I can't believe they didn't call him out of bounds on this one. Packers called a timeout here.
Yeah.
So this is the second play. Tucker Kraft again. Jordan Love knowing he's going to get smacked. Still delivering the strike.
Go down, dude. I love this guy.
Just zip that in there, dude. With no.
You better bring your buddies, man. Jesus.
So they take the second timeout. And then I said this to Courtney as we were doing this. I'm like, they could run the ball here. They had a timeout. They run the ball.
Yep.
Chris Brooks gets 8. Love to see it.
Another great job by the O-line there. Oh.
Yeah. And then you bring up Brandon McManus, and the Packers are able to take 22 seconds and get 3 more points before halftime.
Love that. Love that.
Then the last thing I have to give credit to Matt LaFleur is the design of this screen to Josh Jacobs. Watch the offensive line. Watch how many linemen get out here for this.
Oh, yeah.
Josh Myers, Elton Jenkins, and Rasheed Walker out here. Rasheed Walker lays a great block. Josh Jacobs escapes the tackler. If Myers and Jenkins are able to get home on these blocks, this is going to be a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers are going to have a 40-yard touchdown to Josh Jacobs on a similar play to this at some point this season.
This almost looks like the play they ran to Emmanuel Wilson against the
It
Titans.
does. It really does. But I love the design of the play. to give that many lead blockers to a guy who's already elite at making people miss.
Well, you knew the first tackle was going to be missed. He rarely gets tackled on the first one, just like Tucker Kraft.
Courtney was jokingly being like, "Oh, high knees." I'm like, they do that on purpose to avoid ankle tackles.
Yep.
So good job by Matt LaFleur. Love the play design on a lot of these plays. His play calling, in my opinion, much better in the 49ers and Dolphins games than it was against the Bears game. And again, we talked about it during that game. That game got shortened a lot by the game script.
Yep.
The last bundle of plays I have is just a bunch of plays by the defense, starting with Evan Williams, just making a really, really sound tackle. I believe this is on a third down. And Evan Williams just covers a lot of ground and just makes a great tackle.
Oh, we should have drafted Cooper DeJean. I'm okay with Evan Williams. He's pretty good.
He's pretty good. All right. This is the first of two Aaron Mosby plays. He is not fooled at all by the Dolphins' misdirection on this play.
No. You sit down. You sit down right there.
He's like, I'm going to trust the other 10 guys if the running back isn't getting the ball on this play. But if he's getting the ball, I'm destroying this play.
Great job chopping his feet there, too, honestly.
Absolutely. All right. This is Tua potentially putting one of his receivers in harm's way, and Isaiah McDuffie just laying the wood in a good legal way.
Oof. Oh, my goodness. That could not have felt good on that cold air, dude.
I bet McDuffie felt great.
I bet he did.
All right. Going back to Aaron Mosby. This is kick coverage. I have a special teams highlight for you. Watch how he swims the first blocker. Hell yeah. And spears a tackle.
You want to know how you stand on an NFL roster? Exhibit A.
This is awesome.
His pass rush reps are showing precedence in his kick coverage. That's beautiful.
Absolutely. All right. Kenny Clark got his first sack, and we've discussed it. There's more to pass rush than just generating sacks, and I want to give some credit to Quay Walker on this play because he helps free Kenny Clark. So we saw Kenny Clark take one for the team. Quay Walker does it back to him on this play, and it helps Kenny Clark get his first sack of the season. Watch how Quay Walker attacks this pass rush.
Oh, man.
So we saw Quay Walker get a sack by essentially trying to just bump into a player that is already being blocked. It's got to suck if you're number 74.
Yeah, the center is lost right there. And that's just credit to the defensive line for running the scheme correctly and doing everything you're supposed to, because 55 is just nowhere to be found.
Yep. And obviously Quay has gotten a sack on this already in this game on the 4th and goal. So Tua steps up this time right into Kenny Clark.
I don't think I can understate how happy I was for Kenny Clark.
So just a great bundle of plays from the Packers wins over the 49ers and the Dolphins. If you watch the entire video, we appreciate it. We're going to keep doing these play breakdowns just with a short week. It was a little bit harder to get them done in between Sunday and Thursday, but bundled them together, found a bunch of things that kind of went together as far as these plays go. Make sure you tune in on Tuesday night for our full recaps and previews of all the games. We will see you guys then.